This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Boulder, Colorado. We are here at Opulent Home Entertainment. Since 2013, they've been providing the most advanced and elegant systems available for your home and commercial location. I'm here with the CEO, Nicholas. Thanks for joining us here today. Let's start off, first of all, a little bit about yourself. This is an exciting industry to get involved in. Obviously, this was a company that began out of your own personal passion, something that you enjoy. Share with me how you got involved.
Absolutely, yeah. I started the business as a concept when I was in college here at CU Boulder, studying architecture and economics, and I realized I wanted to do something for myself. And at the time, I was working at an electronics store, Best Buy, and I realized that I can kind of combine my passion for architecture, my thinking for economics, and kind of make an industry out of it. So I was able to bring different areas from the design perspective of all the items that we create all the way down to the business side of things by running the business and do what I like, which is play with really expensive, fun electronics all day.
Fantastic. Let me ask you, obviously, as consumers right now, we are definitely working hard to provide, so we believe in also playing hard. One of those areas that we enjoy is home entertainment. Get at home. Why do you think it is people enjoy getting together around the big screen?
It's something that really just brings everyone together. You know, you come home after a long, day's work, and you basically want to have something where the whole family can go focus on, and it's beyond what it used to be, the little telly in the corner where you just watch the news. Now it's actually about bringing the movie theater experience, the concert experience, that experience that you find outside to the comfort of your own home. People are working more and more every day. They want to be able to entertain in their home. They want to be able to experience things that they don't necessarily have the time to do otherwise, and this is what our industry is about. It's all about bringing these different products all together, integrating them into the home, and allowing the consumer to basically be able to use them regardless of what their individual situation is.
Wonderful. I mean, when we think of theater, we think of movies, but like you say, anymore, we're talking about concerts, sporting events, even the kids sharing a YouTube video, viral video, getting on Netflix and enjoying and getting hooked on the latest series. These are all things people are able to do. The components that you put in place, they can handle all that and quite a bit more, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's various different ways you can connect all the different components. You start from the basic concept, which started this industry, which was the home theater back in the 80s. That has evolved into a much different concept nowadays. It's more of a living space with a lot of different items. So you have your home theater with some very nice speakers, but you also can have your music play throughout your house. So you can take that music from the home theater room and play it throughout your house. Or if you're watching the ball game and you need to run to the kitchen to grab a beer, that ball game will be playing from the home theater room to the speakers in the rest of your home, all the way down to what we see more and more, which is custom game rooms with automation. So things like our OpulentHE product will allow you to control your lighting, your security cameras, your door locks, anything in your home that has some kind of power to it, we can basically add a control to it.
We got a lot to cover then. Let's break it down here a little bit. Let's start off with the dedicated theater. Somebody wants this experience, you're able to help them with not only the design, construction, and install, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, absolutely. So the home theater, I mean, you can do either dedicated or kind of a room where it's a family entertaining area with a theater built into it. We're seeing that more and more now with the open concept basements and the open concept living rooms. Basically, what we do is we kind of get involved at the beginning of the process, or if a customer already has a room, we can obviously just provide just the equipment for it. If they want a custom design, like a themed room, we kind of do everything in design, and then we have a few different contractors that we work with who we turn off their entire construction to. So they build everything for us. We're working alongside them the whole way to make sure that what they're building fits all the needs that we specified for the consumer. And then once the construction site is built, we go in and we put all the fun equipment in there and get it lit up and have movie time with them.
Excellent. I mean, obviously, when people walk in, they get this wow factor, but let's talk a little bit behind the scenes. We're talking about high-end electronics that you're placing in there. Share with me some of the products and brands you're able to offer.
Absolutely, yeah. We're talking about, first of all, miles and miles of cabling. People do not realize how much cabling needs to go in. Even though we're in the era of wireless, cabling is still used very much. Some of the brands we carry, our premium brand is called KEF, which you can see one of their speakers here. They're one of the innovators of sound, as their logo says. And they basically started back in the 60s. They're a British manufacturer. They've gotten multiple awards. Their speakers basically win almost every competition out there. KEF has a range of speakers that they recently have introduced available to the more consumer market called their Q series. There are series that we see here. They call it their junior reference, which is basically a reference series speaker is the really high-end line of a speaker that any manufacturer has. The R series is a phenomenal speaker, still at a higher price range than most, but it's not at the price range of ref, allowing the consumer to actually have that high-end speaker at a more affordable price in their home. And the nice part about KEF is that they come directly, they have a top-down approach to how they design their speakers. So they actually have built their R series speakers from their Blade, which is their $30,000 version, created for purely audiophiles of 2-channel audio, and they've taken that technology and trickled it down into the R series for more consumer and home theater type of approaches. Another product that we have is Elan. Elan is one of the leaders in home automation. They have done homes such as Bryan Cranston's from Breaking Bad, and a lot of celebrities use it in their homes. And we brought it to Colorado to have it, if you have a home in Breckenridge, we can set it up so that, you don't have to have a housekeeper anymore. You can be in Denver, open it up and see that your hot tub is off, your lights are off, no one's breaking in. If you're heading up to the mountains, you can turn up your hot tub's temperature remotely and have it ready for you to arrive. It's just a phenomenal product, and it can do everything just from your living room up to your entire home, basically. We have brands like Yamaha, JVC, Samsung, all the top tier brands that that are out on the market right now is what we have decided to work with. As a company, we decided we wanted to focus really on the products that are really have been established in the industry for a long time and have a history that they'll be able to provide our customers with a good quality product. So even though there's a lot of companies out there that you can work with, kind of smaller brands and Amazon and eBay, we just have decided to focus on primarily the really good established brands in the industry.
So making sure everything's secure behind the screen. But as we know, what folks really enjoy is when they walk into a theater, they get that wow experience because it can be themed. Like you say, you work with contractors that can basically put together something that looks more of a spaceship, or it can look more like you're walking into Egypt. You name it, whatever the fantasy is, you probably can hit it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the bottom line when it comes to the theater is you want the person to walk into that room and just be wow. They don't want, it doesn't matter what their home looks like. It could be a classical home. It could be a modern home. It could be a ranch. That theater can be whatever it wants because that's the purpose. I mean, we have had customers who have asked us to build them a bowling alley theater theme. They've wanted Star Wars themes. I mean, you name it, it can be done. It's, it's all a matter of, what your budget is. In terms of the design, I mean, we can do some crazy stuff.
Like you said, basically it can be any kind of style, and it doesn't take away from your home. Yet people out in their homes, they don't want the theater to be the focus. They want the media to be there and kind of go in with their style. You can pretty much wire any media room as well.
Correct. Yes, we can make any room into a media room with hidden speakers, in-wall speakers. We even have subwoofers. People assume a subwoofer is going to be this giant box sitting on the floor. No, we actually have subwoofers that can fit inside the wall, in cavities, even with a specific type of drywall that will basically make it look like drywall, but it's actually a speaker hidden in there. TV cavities where the TV can be hidden behind an actual piece of art, and then the art frame rolls up and it's a TV behind there. So if you want a more classical feel, if you don't want the media to be visible, we can just make it completely out of the way, and then when you want it visible, you just press a button and there it is.
Like I said, you can wire any room, and when I say wire any room, I don't mean just inside the house. We're talking outdoors. You can do the same thing. We're talking about personal spas, game rooms, like you mentioned earlier, you name it.
Oh, absolutely. Entertainment is going into more and more rooms. One thing that we see a lot of is home offices are going away, so people have an unused room where they're trying to figure out what to do, especially people that are retiring slowly. So a very, very popular thing these days is a spa room. So we can bring in some of our companies that we work with. We work with a company called The Finest Brands. They carry all the top manufacturers from massage chairs to pool tables to outdoor living area equipment, and that way we can kind of create anything from a spa room or an outdoor retreat. If we go to the outdoors, you can have audio, hidden little rock speakers, so things that will blend in with your landscaping without it being, a giant big black box anymore, all the way to outdoor televisions, which here in Colorado, people are always asking me, can you just leave this out in the winter? Yes, absolutely. The company that we use, Sunbright, actually Breckenridge Ski Resort uses them for all their outdoor televisions, and they have them running day and night out on the ski lifts, and they still are working there, so you don't have to worry about the winter.
So you're talking about more than just pleasure for our eyes, pleasure for our ears. You can put speakers out there in the rocks. You can't see them all the way probably inside your shower if you even wanted it.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we have speakers that are designed specifically for bathrooms. They are basically water and moisture proof. They have 10-year warranties on them, so you don't have to worry about replacing them after a few years. You can mount them directly in your shower or above the bathtub, and it'll basically just bring them music, or if you have the ball game on TV and you want to hear it while you're taking a shower, just press a button and it'll be right there in your bathroom.
I love it, and it's fantastic. I love where technology is going. Back when I grew up, we were pretty excited to be able to change the channel with the palm of our hand or maybe open our garage door. You spoke a little bit earlier about home automation. Share with me a little bit more what folks can control in their home pretty much from anywhere.
Sure. Home automation is an industry that's been growing since the 80s, and really now we're kind of at the peak of technology. So with home automation, you can control your lighting, your garage doors, your appliances, TV, media, audio, even your telephone system can be integrated in this. We did a home recently where basically the customer had 2 cars, a motorcycle, and he had 3 different garage door bays. He wanted to be able to have each car open the garage door bay as he approached the home. So with a little sensor called a visor, as the car approaches the home controller knows which car it is, opens up the equivalent garage door bay, and then it actually automates your home. So let's say it's the husband coming home. If no one's home, automatically turns on the TV to ESPN, turns on KBCO on the radio, sets the lighting to the mood that he wants. We can also make it so that if there's already an active user, as we call it, so let's say his wife is already home and he doesn't want to interrupt her, it knows that there's someone else using the system, so it will not make any changes other than the ones we've programmed into it. So home automation is beyond just controlling your home, it's actually adding an ease of access. When I leave my personal home, I have a little touchscreen, I press away, locks my doors, sets the security alarm, turns off my lights, and actually sends me a text message and an email letting me know that everything's turned off, and then for the next couple hours, it'll keep me updated to make sure that everything was done properly.
So we're talking the system G by Elon. It does all that and everything.
Oh, absolutely, yes. G is a phenomenal product. It actually started back in the 1980s, and G on its own was introduced in 2008 by Elon, and it's part of a company called Core Brands. Core Brands has a lot of different companies in the industry, and that's why it works so well. So Core Brands incorporates companies with speakers, with video, with actual lighting systems. So that's why G works really well, because it's what we call an industry partner with all the different subcategories. So they'll work directly with each new product that's coming out to make sure that G can control as it's going forward.
Excellent. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, you're going to see their contact information. Real easy. You can just schedule up a consultation. They'll walk you through the steps, find out it is what you want to do, basically. And they can create anything. We're talking about the design and basically installation, construction. If that's what's needed, they can take care of you there as well. Check more about the company there on the website. See all the different services as well as the products they provide for you. They've gone with high-end products, something that you know behind that screen is going to give you years and years of enjoyment. And basically the top quality cables running throughout an entire house. Obviously, we've spoke a lot about home entertainment, but you are able to provide also for commercial locations, be it restaurants, bars, or anything in between.
Oh, absolutely. We've basically categorized our business in 2 separate areas. One is the residential side and one is the commercial. Because commercial work is very more involved, we actually have products specifically catered for commercial work. So it might actually be from the same brands that we mentioned earlier. It might be from some different ones, but each brand that we carry has a commercial side of things. So let's say we're doing a restaurant. If you actually go and buy a television from Best Buy, that warranty's out the door the second you put it in commercial property. We have TVs specifically designed to work 24/7, to be able to be turned on the entire time so that you can have them in their restaurant or you can have it in the lobby of a hotel. Same goes with speakers. The automation, Elon actually has a specific platform that they use to be able to control commercial properties. So we actually have seen these systems go in hotels in Vegas, in condominium complexes, where it's not about controlling the house itself, but it's more to provide easy access if they need to turn down thermostats, if they need to turn off and on lighting. So it gets very, very involved in the commercial side of things.
Wonderful. Not only are you able to help with the design, the construction, and the install, but you're also able to help folks protect that equipment as well. You mentioned security earlier. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So we also incorporate security cameras into all of the systems that we try to design when it comes to homes or a business. So we can actually provide systems that are either standalone little cameras just to have the entrance of a building, up to more full-fledged systems where they can actually recognize items. We work with a company called Biol. They're actually one of the pioneers for smart cameras, as we call them. So basically, we can have it set up. Let's say you have, you're a celebrity and you don't want to have paparazzi constantly driving by your house. The cameras can actually be programmed so that they'll recognize items such as specific cars, specific people. So if you have a car that's constantly driving by your house, parking outside, it's there all the time, it'll actually start sending you notifications saying, this car with this license plate is parked there. So we can actually see that and start, either call the police or do whatever we need to. On the flip side, if you just want to log in remotely from anywhere in the world and see what's going on, make sure your employees are doing their job, you can log in, on your iPhone, on your iPad, on any device that basically has access to the internet and check in on the cameras. If you have a camera that can move, you can actually physically move the camera from anywhere in the world. So it really provides a sense of comfort and security, to clients that really are looking for something to make sure that everything's okay at home.
Wow, really customized, not only in security, but in theaters, you name it, very customized approach you take with a little bit of imagination and fantasy. Really, the sky's the limit. Is that what makes it still fun for you?
Absolutely. It's the fact that every project is different. We're not doing the same thing every time. Everything we do is completely custom. So we go out, we hear our customer needs, we try to figure out what's the best system for them, and then kind of tie everything around them. No two jobs that we ever do are the same. I mean, yes, you will a lot of times have to mount the TV 2 times, but it's always a different situation. And that's what's really fun, and that's what keeps us going, is the fact that we constantly get to come up with new solutions and solve more problems, because there's usually more problems than there's solutions in this industry. So that's what gives us the opportunity to come up with the solutions for those problems.
Excellent. Last time viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. That is Opulent Home Entertainment, located here in Boulder, Colorado. Have been serving the public since 2013. Conveniently located right here in downtown Boulder, Colorado. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.